I recently had an online session with someone who was struggling on figuring out what the next step is. They are doing all the practices. They are meditating, they are praying, they are introspecting, reflecting, inquiring, doing all of the spiritual practices to get closer and closer, to get to the final destination. And so the biggest question here was, what is the next step? And there is so much seeking still. And the funny thing is that most of us go through this. We are seeking and constantly looking for the next book to read, listening to the next video, listening to the next person. And it's a perpetual cycle and it never ends. But it doesn't take much reflection to observe this cycle. To observe that, okay, I've reached my 20th book now. And I'm about to go and pick up the 21st book. Where am I going? And so, turning our attention in this way, we hopefully realize that what we are actually doing, we are just continuously accumulating and accumulating. Whether it's knowledge, whether it's, anything material, whether it's accumulating experiences and memories, spiritual experiences. As we continue to accumulate, eventually we should realize that no matter how much we continue to accumulate, we'll still feel like we want to get to the next step. And so we have to look at the very energy or the very desire that is enticing us to look at the next step. Who is trying to get to the next step? What does the next step look like? Where is the next step? Well, I'm confused. I don't know where to go from here. But what makes you think there is a next step? We need to observe the source of the very desire of us trying to seek and go to the next step. And if we observe this, eventually it may dawn on us that whenever I am trying to reach out to a particular goal or try to step it up by reading another book or listening to another video or having another hour of meditation, I am following an expectation that I have created within myself. And as I have this expectation, I've basically signed a contract that this right now is not good enough. That only the next step is good enough. And that's not how it is. We have to wake up to the fact that this is all that there is. There is no tomorrow, there is no yesterday. This is all that there is. And then comes desires, and then comes opinions, and then comes the goals that we are trying to reach. And so I wanted to share this with you. Instead of going after what you feel like you should do in terms of reaching closer and getting to the next step, you may have to go through this, but if you feel frustrated and are currently questioning, like, is this all worth it? What am I doing? Perhaps it's time to look at the very desire that is telling you to go to the next step. The very seeking desire within you. If you observe this seeking desire and really get to the root, look at the source, you realize it's actually just another belief system that needs to be reconciled with. It's just another thought, it's just another opinion. This is all you need. This is all there is. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this is inspiring you in some way to just observe the very seeking desire the source of the very seeking energy. This is Hassan from the Spiritual Walks, and we are on a journey towards the truth.